Welcome back to NC Bassin. I'm Landon Moore. Today we're on Lake Norman. I just want to thank everybody that subscribes to the channel, that watches. If you're not subscribed, please go ahead and subscribe. Today I'm at Pinnacle. I thought I was going to have to go to Queens. There's a tournament out of Queens. I thought Pinnacle was closed to be repaved, but it looks like it's open. There's a couple of boats already out here. So as of right now, Pinnacle's open. Luckily, because I really want to fish the rocks and the bridge, and there's a tournament going out of Queens anyways. I'm in the Foothills Kayak Anglers Monthly. It starts today and runs to the end of January. There's already like 15 people in it. You guys are on a kayak, look into getting into that. It's your 5 best fish for the whole month. It makes I would just be out here fun fishing, but now I actually have a reason to catch some big ones. This time of year can be good on Lake Norman too. It seems like the big ones bite this time of year. 3 years ago today, I had a good day. Hopefully they're biting the crankbait like they were that time. Hopefully the big ones are biting. Let's see how it goes. Oh man, what in the world? Can't get a bite. That's a decent fish, ain't it? No. Can't get a bite on a crankbait, but I get a bite on a jerkbait reeling in. And he's dirt shallow where I've been throwing the crankbait the whole time. Yes, glad to get one. It's not big at all. That's one on the board. It's a fatty. Be better in a boat tournament. He is in the kayak tournament. We'll take him. He smashed it too. He about pulled the rod out of my hands. So that gives me a lot more hope for the crankbait today. It's really how I want to catch them. There's gonna be no wind today. It's not too cold either. It's 38 degrees. +1. We'll take him. Well guys, first fish of the day in the monthly, 15 3/4. We'll take it. He's so fat, he's probably close to 2 pounds. All kinds of bait out here, so that's a good sign. Fish. There we go. They will bite the crankbait. A little largemouth. Actually that little. He just wasn't fighting at first. Barely hooked now. Oh, there we go. On the reactor. Same thing I was catching them on 3 years ago. Dirt shallow. That's what I like to see. Man, I'm glad they're biting the crankbait. At least one fish is. There we go. Camera's all crooked. We will take that largemouth. We just need the big largemouth. Yes. That's a fish. There we go. Not that big, but we will take him. It's been a while. And it just shows me that they will bite a shaky head. He is skinny and half his tail's gone. So weird. Other one just didn't even feel him bite it. Just picked it up and swimming with it. On that spot remover shaky head. Might have some length to him. Finally. It's a little 14.5er. Little guy. And he's skinny. He wouldn't be good in the boat tournament either. Got 2 largemouth today. Just hoping they'd be a lot bigger than that. Something to slow down and fish these shade lines. Well, camera wasn't going, guys. Sorry. Maybe the sun's gonna get the bite going. A little chunk spot, just a little guy. We're gonna throw a shaky head. Probably pull the jig out. I got one on already. At least we're getting bites. Just hate throwing a shaky head on docks, but it definitely works. fish right there. First hook set, they always feel like it's gonna be a good one. This is a little guy. Ever since I started just throwing a shaky head, it's been just these guys. Normal size for Lake Norman. He had a cold tag in his mouth. I don't know why, because he's tiny, but somebody cold him. These non-puncture cold tags, yeah, that's a huge hole in that fish's mouth. Just a little guy. I think I'm about to upsize my shaky head worm and see if that helps. I'm gonna throw the jig some too. But it's just one deep spot right there. I'm gonna set the hook. I think it's a good one and it's tiny. They're biting at least. Can't complain. As soon as the sun come out and I finally broke down and started just throwing a shaky head, they're biting. Today we're back on Lake Norman on Christmas Eve. There's nobody here. Very happy. It's rare on Norman when you're the only boat at the boat ramp. I mean, even back when I fished on weekdays all the time, there's always a few boats out here no matter what. Hopefully that'll help the bite out. I mean, this lake feels pressure, so when there's less people's out here, the better these fish bite, that's for sure. I went the day before yesterday and didn't catch, I mean, I caught 7 or 8, but they were just small ones, and I thought I figured out something with a shaky head. Yesterday, some out there 18 pounds that won the tournament. I mean, there are some big ones with a 644 big fish. So there's some big fish biting right now. This time of year can be really good at Lake Norman. I'm in the Foothills Monthly Tournament. There's been like 5 or 6 already over 18 inches caught and one 19-incher caught. So I'll step my game up, catching bigger fish. I mean, it's a monthly tournament, so I'm looking for fish over 18 inches. You need 5 fish over 18 inches to really have a chance to win this. No wind today, so I have to slow down a fish shaky head. Like I'm gonna throw a jig a lot more today. But I'm hoping I can catch them on a crankbait. Hopefully I can actually catch them today. Let's see how it goes. Oh, there we go. He's got me wrapped around something or he's a giant. Nope, that's a good one. They all feel big on the spinning rod though. Finally a bite. Had to throw a shaky head. Not even big, man. Gosh. I thought that was a good one. He had me around like a rope or something at first. There's a brush pile there. I could see the rope hanging off. There's a little guy. I mean, just start throwing the shaky head. I was just putting it on and throwing it on these sunny docks. Tried to throw a crankbait today, guys. Even the number 5 shad wrap. I've been throwing the shad wrap a lot. There's slick calm, 0 wind. Only seen 2 other boats today. The lake's pretty barren. There's seagulls way down the lake towards the state park, but I'm not trying to pedal that far away. There's a little guy. I wonder how long he is. Yeah, he's like 13 and something, but starting to worry. It's been an hour and 40 minutes without a bite. We're just going to have to slow down, fish docks the way I don't want to fish, but it's a good sign because there's a brush pile there. Maybe I need to fish brush piles. I thought they'd be on rock today. They might be sitting on brush piles. Oh yeah. He's not even that big. I got lucky to even get him. Started pulling him up and lucky didn't spit it out. I missed the last 2, guys. After I caught that last one, got 2 bites in a row where they picked it up and swam out with it. I just missed them for some reason. There's another little guy. Not going to help me at all. Throwing that baton just so I could skip it under the black floats. Put a baton on the shaky head. It skips way better than a trick worm. And it's just a big profile. I'm trying to get a little better fish to bite, but those little ones are probably picking up. That's probably the ones I missed. That's picked it up by the back end, swimming off with it. There's like a 13 3/4. Not gonna do me any good. Need 18+ inch fish. If they're over 15, I'll go ahead and submit them just to get a limit. But that's weird how that fish bit it off the bottom, but they still want to drag it. I wish they bite it on the fall, but they're not. They're fat little spots. They're just chasing bait. Just happen to throw a bait near their face and they eat it. This time of year gets tough when there's no wind. I need wind. I need the water to come up. Ooh. Surprised he stayed on. God, it's going so fast. But a decent one. Or not. Out in the middle of a point. I fish all these docks and didn't catch anything. They're out here in the middle of a point. The camera's even going. It's dirt shallow. That's a measurable fish though. We will definitely take it. Maybe they're not on docks. I mean, sun's high and bright. I thought for sure they'd be on docks. That's a chunk there. On that baton. 16-incher. Golly, they're just right. Oh, and I lost him. Dang it. I don't think he's that big, and that was a terrible hook set. He come right at me. Every time I'm moving, they bite it. There might be a school there. Be a big one, please. Ah, man, he's not big. He's on the wacky rig baton, weightless. Seen a huge spot cruising in a foot of water earlier. That's the reason I put on the wacky rig baton. Got one on the shaky head. I got another one on a weightless. We'll take it. Man, I was thinking this dock was too shallow. But I seen that fish cruising. I mean, it was like a 3-pounder in a foot of water. Didn't even spook him or nothing. He was just cruising. I think these fish are trying to get some sun. It just takes so much time. I seen the other day, I seen that giant largemouth under a black float too, so just can't cover water with a wacky rig. But they're gonna bite them, we'll throw it. There's a fish on the dock in the shade where he should be. Nothing big, 15 1/4, but that's a limit for the monthly. The biggest fish is 16 inches. None of these fish are gonna matter. I've got to catch fish over 18 inches. Oh, got one. Ah, he's not big. Every time on the whacker, I think it's gonna be a giant. God, I just have to let it sit forever for them to bite it. That is a much needed bite. I really want to go to the other side where the docks are deeper, but they're still in the shade. I think these docks in the sun got more fish because they want to get in the shade. Just put them in more predictable. More. I'll take that. Wacky rig baton. Supposed to be using that in the springtime. This is not the way I want to fish. The baton will catch. I just feel like I'm gonna catch a big largemouth. I'll be on that. Keeping up with these little spots. Yep. Not even a keeper. Little fat guy though. Dirt shallow. That's when the wacky rig really works, when the fish are like 5 foot or less. I just wish they'd bite a crankbait. I wanted to catch them on crankbait so bad last couple of days, and I've caught one fish on a crankbait. Camera wasn't going. Another one? Well, you guys missed the last one. Just caught a fish in the same exact spot here a minute ago. A 1475. And then another one in the exact same spot. It's 2 fish in a row. He just barely. That one's even smaller. There might be a school. When they pick it up and just take off with it that fast, there's usually a strong sign there that he's got some buddies around, because they're trying to get it away from the other ones. I forgot the camera was off a minute ago. I was sitting there talking to the camera when I caught one. When I went and stopped the camera. Well, there's jet skis out right now on this. Crazy. Same exact spot, 2 fish. Let's see if we make it 3. There's a fish on that roadbed. Be a big one. Please be a big one. And it's not. I'll take it though. Way out there. Just randomly guessing where the roadbed was at, and he was there. That's weird, hooked him in the bottom jaw. You can catch some fish if you fish the boring way. Oh, he's only 14 inches. I don't know why. I thought he's like 14 and a half. It's a little guy, but hopefully there's a school out there. There's one. How many shade lines? Another little guy. Not a single largemouth today either. They're all the same size. Just another. I mean, they were deep. That warm weather pulled them. Oh, you can see the color on them. They've been deep. It was warm yesterday. It's warming up. Now they're shallow. Not even shallow. It's 11 foot deep right here. More shallow, I should say. Ooh. Is he coming at me? There we go. I think he's very big. Not at all. Another little guy. That's what happens. This warm weather brings out these little guys. But if you guys want to come catch spots, just throw shaky heads on docks. If it's sunny, you'll catch fish on docks. It's just not the way I want to fish. And I never, unless they're springtime, they're around beds, I never catch fish, big fish on baits like this, or even on jigs or anything on the docks, really, unless it's springtime. Hate fishing docks. Well guys, that's the day. Shaky head, fishing slow. They want it on the bottom. They want to bite it on the fall. They want you to drag it real slow, cast past your targets. Not really on the poles like I usually catch them on the poles with a shaky head. They're kind of on the shade lines, especially deeper docks with the black floats, it seems like. But I'm not catching any big fish. I mean, this time of year, normally I need to be catching them on a crankbait, catch a few big ones on a jerkbait. It's been a very slow December. They should be biting a crankbait, a jerkbait, and a rig right now. Last few times I've been able to come, it's been slick, calm, no wind. Definitely need some wind. If the water clarity is like 8 foot visibility, I mean, you got to have some wind to get these fish to eat moving baits. Hopefully this rain will dirty the water up and that cranking bite will get started, then I actually have a chance to win this monthly. But thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on NC Bassing.